Dr. Marta Katalenas. I'm a pediatrician in Round Rock, Texas. We are here near the city of Austin. We are part of the city of Austin, Central Texas. And we are going to talk about potty training today, something very, very important for families. Sometimes it's a reason to be fighting and to have bad feelings, and we want to eliminate all that. We want to make it simple. Hopefully I'll be able to explain to you so you will understand what the process is, and it will be a simple process from here on. And I'm here with my friend Chef Candil, who is a chef. Hi Fer, how are you doing?
Hi Marta, good. I'm so happy to be here one more week. I think our topic this week is very important, and probably the most experience we have is going to be from Veronica, who has 3 kids, and 2 of them are just on the perfect age for training. And I have many experience with my kids with the training. I think every kid is totally different, and the training, the potty training is different for them, for each one. And it's so important when you are the oldest, or you are in the middle of the family, or you are the youngest. It's a very funny topic we are going to talk today. And I bring a recipe also for everyone, for the moms, you know. I like to prepare recipes in less than 30 minutes to give moms a little free time and easy to cook. And this is one of my kids' favorite, is chicken with ham and cheese. It's like a cordon bleu, but we are not gonna fry. We are gonna make in the oven. It's totally gluten-free. And even if your kids are dairy-free, you can use coconut cream instead of whipping cream. So it's gonna be a very good recipe, I think. And with us also is Veronica. Hi, Veronica.
Hi, Marta. Hi, Fer. My name is Veronica. I live in Austin, Texas, and I'm mom to 3 kids. One of them is 5, the other one is 4, and then my youngest is 1. I think today's topic is such a classic topic between moms of young children, and it's such a good topic. There's so much to say about potty training. We all go through this, and we are all on the same boat. Sometimes it's very hard. So Marta, I have lots of questions for you, but I think we should start from the very beginning. Is there an appropriate age to start potty training? When do kids, when are kids able to control their sphincters?
Yep, that's a very good question. And to give you a short answer, I will say I will put it at 18 months. As the age when you should start. Remember, it's a process, it takes time. And the way I explain it to families, it's a very complicated process if you think about it. It's like babies are born with legs and with muscles to use them, but they don't walk until a certain time. The same thing here. We have all the tools there, they are there, but we have to allow for the nervous system to be mature enough to recognize the signals and to be able to react to those signals. So it's a process, and we have to start somewhere. I agree on that. And the best way to start is around 18 months. I have my own way of potty training. If you want to learn my advice.
Yes, I'm sure it's a good one.
Yes.
That it works. Once you understand what you have to do and you stick to it, it does work, and it takes a lot of anxiety away from the process. So at 18 months, we're going to start by buying a potty chair, cute one that the kid may like with characters. Anyway, color that they prefer. They may even go shopping for it with you. And we're going to buy the one that sits on the floor. We don't want the one that sits on top of the toilet, because I have seen kids becoming kind of like tense when they sit there. They're afraid to fall. So we want to take that away. We're going to put it on the floor. And we're going to have a little toy or a book that they're not going to play with, but there when they're sitting there. And initially, when we start our process, we are going to sit them there 4 or 5 times a day, but it's going to be a scheduled one, okay? And during those times when we're going to sit them there, we're not going to ask permission. So don't ask, do you have to go potty? Do you want to go potty? They don't know what you mean. Remember, they don't know what the process is, so they're going to answer no, most likely. The answer to everything when you are 18 months, 2 years of age is no. So we don't ask. You just say, okay, potty time, and you take them there. You make them sit there for a couple of minutes. Hopefully the book or the toy will help them sit there for a couple of minutes. If they are fighting you, if they don't want, absolutely, at this time they don't want to, forget it, wait until the next time. If they want to sit there, but they don't want to take off their diaper, they want to sit with the diaper on, fine. Remember, it's a process. First step is to get them there, and you got that. So those 4 times are early in the morning, when you first get them out of bed, and they're still a little half asleep, you just sit them there. Before and after nap time, in the middle of the day. Before a bath, when you're getting the bath ready, the water and everything, they can sit there waiting for you, sit in the potty chair. And the last time of the day will be as part of the bedtime routine. So you have, I don't know, you sing together, you pray, you whatever you do, brush your teeth and sit on the toilet, in the potty chair for a couple of minutes. So you're gonna do that, and you're gonna keep a diaper at night, of course, because we are talking about daytime training right now. We'll talk about the night later. So you're gonna keep that going until you see that by coincidence, sometimes when they sit down, they pee there or they poop there. And it's gonna happen just by pure chance, by coincidence. Because remember, they still don't have the maturity to say, oh, I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna release my sphincters. So it's gonna happen by coincidence. But every time it happens, a little registry is happening in the brain. So that connection of how is my bladder feeling and how is the feeling while the pee is coming out and the after is registering there. And so once you see that they're peeing there by coincidence a few times, the next step comes. And the next step is that you're gonna take them every couple of hours if the diaper is dry. And so if you notice that a couple of hours went by and the diaper is still dry, chances are there is enough urine there now because 2 hours went by. And once you see them, they may be able to reproduce what they did before. We are gonna praise them if they do well, if they pee. Oh yeah, good job, look, good job. What we don't want to do is to make a few, too much out of it, because sometimes, you know, we call grandma and the whole family gets involved. And now the child sees that you have an extra interest in this happening. And remember, we are into challenging the rules when you are 2. So once they get a hold of that, they may start fighting you. And then even if they know they have to go, they may just not go. So we want to make sure that they are doing it right. When they pee there, oh, good job. But we move on. We don't make any extra fuss. And then eventually, when do you take the diaper off? That's the next question. When do you finally take the diaper off? Well, when you see that throughout the day, after all those trips to the toilet, you have used the same diaper that they had in the morning. So it means that it's acting now like an underwear. So it's time to move to the underwear at that point.
Wow, that's a good thing. I love your method. It's very, very nice. And I'm glad because I didn't know your method when my kids were toddlers. And I use it because I think it's...
See? So it's a very natural, it's just allowing it. Sometimes what we do without intention interferes with that. So sometimes we want to, okay, I'm going to take you every 30 minutes. So I won't miss anything every 30 minutes. Well, after 2 days, the child is just fighting you because it's a torture to go to the bathroom every 30 minutes. So we are going to have to be sensitive to that too.
Yeah, totally agree. And I would like to ask, Marta, is the same control the sphincters for the girls than the boys? Or because we are physically different, is different training? What do you think? Because my experience is they behave totally different. So it's funny because I remember my oldest one is a boy and the next one is a girl. So when I try to start with Elena, the girl, training, body training, because she imitates my oldest son all the time, I saw her go to the bathroom, remove the diaper, and stand up, try to make pee. Of course, the result was a puddle. And I was horrified, like, what is going on here? And I was thinking, like, oh, wow, So she wants to do exactly the same like her brother. So I start taking her with me all the time to the bath with the pot and sit with me all the time, and we are doing at the same time. So it's helping me and help her a lot for the training. And she start looking like okay, she's a girl, so it's a different way like the boys, and the boys is like a daddy. And it works very well for me, and I saw how different. So I would like to ask you if it's the same for the girls and for the boys, or the mature is different.
Well, the process of those neuron creations to the brain and the sensations is the same. It's just that boys and girls are different, and boys are not that interested. So I have families that the girl learned very fast. They went through the phases very quickly, and they realized, I don't want this diaper anymore. So now I want my panties. And boys who say, the diaper is a good enough place to go. Why do I have to go to the bathroom? And so they may be 3 years old, and they already know the sensation of I need to go. They know exactly where they should go. They just don't want to. So that's one of the main difference that we see, and why potty training for boys seems to take a longer process. But with your kids, I think Elena did fine. Did what I think is very natural response in her case, because she demonstrated that she was potty trained, because she knew I'm gonna pee now. So she had that sensation. She knew she was gonna do it. It's just that she tried to do it the way she saw the brother doing it. And so yeah, taking them to the bathroom with you is a good idea too. So when they go, maybe you can go too. Or once you go to the phase that, if the diaper is dry and 2 hours went by, let's go, and you go with them. That's perfectly fine too. Yeah.
Wow. It's interesting.
So, Marta, what about the difference between potty training during the day and potty training for nighttime? I believe it's a totally different mechanism, and the connections, the neurological connections that your brain needs for doing one thing and the other are different. So could you explain to us how it works, what the differences are?
Yes, definitely. That's a very important question, Veronica, because I have families struggling to understand why this 3, 4-year-old, 5-year-old who is perfectly trained during the day, dry all day, now comes the night and they wet the bed. And why is it that if you can control it at one time of the day, you cannot at night? So what is the difference between the day and the night? The difference is that we are asleep at night. And so the sleeping cycles mature as we grow. They mature and they change through our whole life. So the sleeping cycle of a baby goes into this stage 4 sleep, where they can go through noises, they can be in the middle of dog barking, and they don't wake up. They are in such a deep sleep. So when kids are 4, 5, 6 years old and they still are hanging on to that very, very, very deep sleep pattern, and this is happening at night, they lose control of sphincters. They have no control over it. So it's not saying, I'm going to make you get up and clean the bed and change and blah, blah, blah. It won't do anything because it's out of his or her control. And so it's a completely different process. When does it go away then? When does it go away, this peeing at night? When the brain is mature enough to transition to that other stage of sleep. Okay, there are many ways of supposedly training somebody at night, involving waking up every hour, taking the child to the bathroom. In my experience, those don't work. By the time they work, maybe maturity already kicked in, and it was going to happen anyway, and the whole family is stressed out. It's a torture. So I think it makes more sense to say, okay, it's going to happen, promise, it's going to happen. Wear pull-ups at night until it happens. And now they make very absorbent pull-ups. I have kids who go to sleepovers and camping and so on, and they learn to throw away the diaper in the morning. Nobody knows, nobody needs to know. That you don't have to embarrass them or make anybody else know, and they learn because they're old enough to put on the pull-up and then discard it in the morning. So patience and wait for it to happen. That would be my advice.
Yeah, that's a good advice for sure. And my doctor told me as well that there is a very important genetic factor, so we shouldn't shame those kids because it's a physiological aspect that they can't control. And I have another question, which is about anti-diuretic medication. When would it be justified to use this kind of medication with our kids?
So yes, there is a medication, a vasopressin or the AVP that we call, and that is a hormone that we make naturally. It's antidiuretic hormone, and we make it more at night than during the day. Once we get to that maturity that I was telling you about, the sleeping cycle of an adult, then we make more of that antidiuretic hormone. So not only can we control, but it's just that we don't make as much also. So that helps. And this is something that we can give to the child in the form of a medication. When, well, I will say if you are already 10, 12 years old, active life, that you are starting to feel okay, even if the child understands it's not his fault, it's really affecting him, then I will say go ahead and try. And it's a dose related. We start very low and then we build up and see what the results. It may take weeks, sometimes months to work. And sometimes I wonder if in the process maturity happens and then the results that we see are because they were going to be there. It's hard to tell, but in some cases I have seen quick results that makes me think that yes, it may be a help. I wouldn't do it like on a 6-year-old, because we know that a high percentage of kids still don't control their fingers at night at age 6 or at 7. Now, once you get past 10, I would probably say, okay, it's good to try.
Thank you. It's good that you're giving us all this information. It's good to have resources and to know that we have alternatives. Thank you, Marta.
Yeah, right. And I think the main thing is not to make the child feel guilty, because there's nothing he can do. There's just absolutely nothing. So just wait for maturity to kick in and try to help as much as you can. And I think the pull-up will save a lot of work, and the washer machine will be happy. And I think that's the way to go.
And we always talk about how important is the balance on the meals and the food they eat. And especially I think when we are on that process of the potty training with the kids who has a lot of constipation, I think it's so important to look what we are preparing for them or cooking for them, who has enough fiber, just not only vitamins, but in that process, we can put a little help just naturally on the food with a lot of fibers. Even if they feel thirsty, put some drops of kiwi juice or orange juice on the water to drink and help them to have more fibers. The snacks, the meals, I think is helping them a lot.
Well, yeah, good nutrition helps with the maturity progressing in that brain maturity I was telling you about. It helps with constipation, like you're saying. Some kids have symptoms during the day that it looks like almost like a urinary tract infection, this frequency, just going to the bathroom every hour. And it may be because of constipation. Constipation may have something to do there because the stool is pushing the bladder and making them go more often. So that's something to consider. Of course, if that symptoms occurs, the best thing is just to call your doctor and make sure that it's not a urinary tract infection. But definitely good nutrition, it goes a long way. So I want to learn what you're going to teach us today. I want to know what you're going to
I told in the beginning, I have a really good recipe. One of my kids' favorite is chicken with ham and cheese. It's like cordon bleu, but we are gonna prepare gluten-free in the oven. You don't have to use whipping cream if your kids are dairy-free or you want to have some more healthy, because whipping cream has more fat than coconut cream, for example. So you can use coconut cream if you want, but I prepare with whipping cream. So it's just, we are gonna need just like 5 slices of cured or smoked turkey, the same of the forest ham or whatever ham you like it, sweet or honey ham, 8 slices of cheese, whatever cheese you have at home. I like to use manchego or Swiss, 2 cups of heavy whipping cream or coconut cream, and 1 envelope of powdered chicken bouillon or broth chicken. Sometimes it's like in a little cubes, other time it's in like an envelope. No salt, and 2 whole chicken breasts. I like to buy the whole chicken breast and make the fillets. But if you don't like it, you can buy literally in a very thin fillets. And black pepper if your kids or you like it, black pepper. So the preparation is so simple, just 3 steps. First, we are gonna grease 1 oven plater to prepare. It's gonna be like a lasagna, similar, because it's gonna be preparing on layers. So we are gonna remove from the breast the extra fat and make the thin fillets. And we are gonna prepare the first layer of the chicken, the second the ham, the third the cheese, and put some black pepper and doing again another layer of chicken breast fillets. In this moment it's gonna be turkey or ham, it's up to you, and the cheese at the end, and just more black pepper and the whipping cream to cover, to shake the platter to be sure the whipping cream is wet, everything the same, and just with your cube or chicken bouillon or powder, sprinkle all the surface. Is gonna give some colored and always more chicken flavor. The chicken today don't have really a lot of flavor, so it's just sprinkle all around of the surface. Put some more grated cheese if you like it, and go to the oven for 30 minutes, 365 degrees, until it's toasted and gold, the cheese is melted, and it's really easy to make it. And you can prepare the day before. You can keep on your fridge for 3-4 days without any problem. You can reheat in a microwave. If you are a person who likes microwave, other people don't like to use a lot microwave, so you can reheat in the oven. And the good of this thing is a lot of proteins, of course, the ham, the cheese, everything, but you have to play with the side. So I would like to add, because the side has more juices from the cheese, the ham, and the chicken, I would like to put some white rice with quinoa. It's really good. The quinoa has a lot of fiber, you know that, and it's helping with the intestines and everything for the kids. I think it's very healthy, but the kids usually don't feel attractive for the quinoa just like that. But if you mix with rice, it's a really good option. Or you can prepare a saffron rice. It's just like a white saffron with some, and you can put also some peas on the rice, or some little pieces of asparagus as well, who has a lot of fiber. You can be a little smart and put a little veggies on the rice with the quinoa, because the flavor of the chicken with the ham and cheese is so yummy. They really, all my kids, they really love it. So whatever you put on the side, they are gonna love it to mix with the sauce of this dish. So I hope you like it, and your kids, I hope they love it, and try it and let me know.
Fer, I tried making the pesto in the slow cooker last week.
Oh, really?
And yes, and my kids, all of them loved it. So I think it's gonna be a recipe that I'm gonna be making over and over again. It's so
Wow.
easy. You make it overnight. It has so many options. Like you can pair it with pasta. You can just put it on the side. It's amazing. Thank you so much. We really enjoyed it.
I'm glad it's helping you. And the good thing of the slow cooker is all the veggies are cooking very slow. So all the juices and everything from the veggies stay inside the crock pot. So I think the sauce is very tasty and is worthy more than just any commercial with extra conservatives and sugars and everything, like you don't like it for your kids. So I'm glad it's helping you.
Yeah, thanks.
My pleasure.
Thank you for listening, and thank you for your recipe fair. I think that's a very good one too.
Thank you, Marta. It was great to see you, and hope we see next week. We have many topics to talk about, and still talking about the coronavirus. We are preparing for the next phase, the next steps, open to the every places and everything, try to back to the normal. But yeah, we will see you next week. Bye.
See you next week. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.